Arsenal scored 5 in the first half. West Ham responded with 2. That was a crazy first half, 7 goals in the first half. And they were just having fun, was Arsenal, because West Ham were watching them play football for most of that. Chelsea also won, Jay. Do you think this makes it an exciting title race, or do you think Liverpool's win over City means that it's probably over at this point?
Chuck, it's over.
Yeah.
I'm willing to call it. Again, unless something happens to Mo Salah, But then, and the maybe defining period is going to be the festive period. It tends to be, right? It's this period, and then it is towards the end of the season, the run-in. Because Liverpool have a Newcastle away, I believe. They have a Merseyside derby coming up. They have the Northeast. It's the Northeast derby against Manchester United, right? They have Manchester United under Ruben Amorim, and at that point, Amorim, who looks like he's cooking at Manchester United, would have been there for a month, and this period is going to determine for certain whether or not they've won the league. In my opinion, after the result against Manchester City, you can write Liver P on that trophy. We just need the all to finish the job. But the other thing within that performance against City, Chuck, is the fact that I think those guys do believe that this is theirs to win. And especially then against the City, there is a remnant of players who've been there during those heartbreaking seasons where they've come close against City, and they don't want to do that. They don't want to open the door. They don't want to give a sniff to City or anybody else for that matter. I think because of the way that results have gone and where they find themselves, they are super dialed in and they're focused on that. And Arsenal have welcomed Odegaard back. I did say that is the missing piece. That's the most important player because everything revolves around Odegaard. It's a totally different team when Odegaard is playing for Arsenal than when he is not. And if Arsenal could have gotten the result, hung on for the result against City, they could have scored that last-minute goal against Chelsea if they didn't get a bogus goal for the yellow card against Brighton at home. Then it's a different thing. But we're talking 9 points. We're talking that's a huge number of points, right? Chelsea, they seem to be coming right with a Maresca who one person was saying it's like we knew nothing about this coach except for the fact that he won the championship and has coached under Pep Guardiola before. But he seems like the right fit. I wasn't certain that should they have fired Pochettino at the end of last season because of the form they were in to end the season. I think in the last half of the campaign, they were the 4th best team in Champions League form, But it seems as if they made the right call. He benches Enzo at some point. He's brought Enzo in, and Enzo seems to be performing. He tells Sterling before the start of the season, "I'm not gonna need you." He parts ways with him, and he's being proven right. Jadon Sancho, we'll see what he's really cooking with that one. He's changing his team for the Conference League, and he's got a great opportunity to keep the guys fresh for the league campaign. And they're right there alongside Arsenal, same number of wins, draws, losses, goals scored, goals against. They're exactly mirrors of one another. So I think it's going to be exciting in positions 2 to 4, fighting for those Champions League spots. But one feels like it's gone for me, Chuck.
Yeah, I think, I mean, we've been speaking about Liverpool for quite a while, and I said to him, I'm not quite convinced. I see this and I see that. But after that display, I know City aren't the best version of themselves, and everyone's lining up to play against City because they just look poor defensively. I mean, they put on a better second half display, and you're like, okay, at least something's there in terms of being solid. But I think that display, was very, very well calculated. It was very well measured. Mo Salah being the catalyst yet again. And so I have to concede at some point that they're strong favorites for the title, especially with the points difference that they have. So I think, they should go on to win it. If not, then we've witnessed one of the best Premier League seasons, because if Chelsea come back, that makes it amazing. If Arsenal finally converts and come close, that makes it all that more exciting. But I think if things were to go according to script, then Liverpool clinched that. But I think Chelsea as well, they've improved, as you've said. Arsenal look good and terrifying again. I don't know, because West Ham were watching Arsenal play football.
Pategi is a fraud, man. And he was sitting in the stands watching that game because he was suspended. Pategi is a fraud. I don't know why these clubs keep going for him.
They must just give us Carlos Sola, and because he's not playing at PSG anyway, and then we'll benefit from that. And I think it's interesting because we look at Leicester. They fired their manager, and the fans are crying out for Maresca. You can see why. You can see all the stuff that's gone good for Chelsea. But I think if it continues this way, good work for Liverpool. If it doesn't, it's amazing.
If it doesn't, Chuck, I know I'm saying that I do think they've won the league already. they better have secured the league already, because if they do not end up winning this league, the ultimate bottle job. And Chuck, it would be
But
so
Jay,
sweet
if
if
they
Arsenal
collapse
are the
by
team
February,
that is
is it
there
still
to
a
pick up
bottle
the
job?
pieces.
If they
Chuck,
collapse by February, 9 points in 3 games.
What is this? This is the largest lead, I believe, at this stage, other than Manchester United, and I think in the 92-93 season. And United went on to win that particular league campaign at a canter. So the precedent is that with this kind of lead, you go on and you win it. If you don't, you get into the same category as Newcastle under Kevin Keegan.